Did the stream crash again? I think we kind of crashed again a little bit. Maybe. Well, I hope we will be able to kind of recover from that. But yeah, unfortunately, the VR setup is kind of relying on my gaming PC, and yeah, it's sad, but I will, since I do want to kind of have this machine as backup for now. Like I will not stream with the Linux machine before I figured out what the problem is, which unfortunately then means that I will have the VR Saturdays for now be something else. We will get back to VR Saturday once I have figured out why my Linux machine is acting up in such a way. Because obviously the normal, like my normal gaming PC, which I am streaming from right now, does not have any problems other than if I kind of go over, then yeah. If I kind of go over with the VR stuff, then it's kind of getting problematic. Which I'm kind of yeah. Let's just move on to a different solution then. I hope normal games are still playable. That would be great. If the normal games like have a problem, then I'll just go over to the what's it called? The console games. Like I have multiple and at the end of the day I have multiple backups on what I can do content wise. if everything fails, we'll just have like reaction content. And if even that fails, then I will just I don't know. I'll make a cooking stream or something. I'll just put on the real life camera and cut some kiwis or something. So yeah, unfortunately this setup, which was, now that I think about it, one of the main reasons I wanted to yeah, we could do just yapping at that point. The one of the reasons, now that I think about it, why I wanted a double PC setup for streaming was my concern of if VR is gonna be able to, like, if my PC was able to handle VR and streaming. Now that I think about it, now that I remember, and apparently I was right to think so. I have never tested it before, I think. And now I just have my confirmation that this just doesn't work. VR does not work with streaming at the same time. So we have to move on. What we are gonna play instead now is Slimerancher, because Slimerancher is basically the next thing I want to have finished. So we will be doing some Slimerancher. We will try to pick up the rest of the stream with Slimerancher. Let me change the title. Boneworks to Slimerancher. I still have to change the source, I think. And title category works for me. And we go over here to, where is it? Right here. We don't need the stabilizer anymore, but we do want the game to change to Slimerancher. Perfect. Works fine. Okay. After some problems, we are now back on track with Slimerancher. We continue our last save, and I hope everything will work correctly now. Is it still? Didn't I disable that right now? Like, this is a game? I go in? Okay, I don't think it has a stabilizer. That looks a lot like not the stabilizer. Exactly how I wanted it. So... Wait, where is it? There. Okay, let me remember. Let me try to remember what we were doing last time. I know we reached kind of a end situation. And I do want to kind of make this sound a little bit louder for me. Because it is very, very quiet for some reason. Also, is the current game giving any sound on the stream? Let me quickly. I don't hear anything. Okay. So wait, let me switch to. Okay. So now it should be working. Current game looks fine. Audio seems to be fine. If the audio balance is not great, let me know. A little loud, the game or me? Where can I? Game is a little loud, okay. Game a little loud, I can use that. Yeah, right, it is audio. Let's go with -5, not -50. -50 is a little overkill. Okay. I reduced it by like 50%, I think, with that. So, is it better now, or is it still too loud? Like, if I go in here and let myself get hit, is that fine, or does it need more quiet? I think this should be loud enough. It's hard to hear. I see. Okay. Then let's go with this. Let's try this. Maybe this is now a good deal with the audio. Good, perfect. All right. We are back on track, I think. I hope. Let me quickly mute this for me, not for anyone else. Okay. Yeah, we tried to kind of get to an end of the game, because there's not really a fixed end, if I remember correctly. There is like this little grove that we discovered that somehow looks like a teleport station. I don't actually remember anything of like an official end where you can officially just end the game. So we will try to find out what's that about. And we also, if I remember correctly, kind of need some... I need to get rid of this plot first before I do anything here. Yeah, we need to get some kind of... Oops. If I remember correctly, we need some kind of special plot for some statues somewhere. But our main goal was to get the whole desert to look like a not desert. I can't 100% remember if we needed those parsnips right now. I do kind of remember that we wanted to have them for some reason. So yeah, we will be going back to the ruins, see what we need to do, and then we will try to achieve that. Oh right, we have like a very big chicken farm where we regularly need to check up on, because some of the elder chickens take up slots which the younger chickens kind of... Yeah, I also think we might need to get rid of the normal chicken coops, because there are already so many normal chickens just spawning in. So not really any reason to keep a normal chicken scoop. But yeah, we will see. We will see how that works out. I do remember that we, I think, still haven't... There's still one Gordo, which we have yet to feed, which is up here somewhere. And I really need to find the map for the jungle. Can't quite remember where the map of the jungle is located. But I really need to... Like, I really need to have a little bit of the map, I think, to remember where I find stuff. I'm also... I can't remember if we had a party Gordo, because there was in my last playthrough a party Gordo, which was very fun. And I can't quite remember if that one is kind of still a thing that happens sometimes. My god. Also can't remember if we have striped chicken, but that's currently also not really on my priority list. But I will take them with me, because I know I have stony hands, which, now that I think about it, probably didn't need to throw away, but well, anyways. we will just go... God damn it. Give me that. We will just pick up stuff on the way to the Hunter Slime, I think that I still need to get. And I don't think there's anything down here. If I remember correctly. I've also never been underwater for a long time. So I don't know if you can actually drown in this game. We will see. A lot of things we will just figure out on the way today. How does this work again? We get up here and then get over there. I do seem to remember that we need the jetpack for getting here. A little bit. Down there are more chickens. Well, maybe I'll pick them up. I think picking them up is not a bad idea. Like, we don't need the chickadoos. Those are not necessarily what we need. The rooster can also go have his life in the jungle. I do want the hen-hens, as much of them as I can. So, yeah, I think this is the way that I needed to go. And I really kind of hope that we didn't do the thing I am about to do. But I kind of think we might have already done that. Ouch. They are taking a bite out of me. Yes, go in the pool. Have a cooldown. Alright. So no, we didn't. Some of you might remember this mushroom, and there is a Gordo up this mushroom, which is very much invisible, and I will kind of take care of these guys before interacting with them. Because, yeah, they are very annoying. There he is. He just needs to be... we just need to be close enough for him to unreveal himself. Stop eating me. You are not allowed to eat me. Stop it. I am not food. Go into the water. Yeah, this is a highly dangerous place, so you want to get rid of them as soon as possible, so that they don't kill you. Like, there is a they take a bite out of you, and that adds up very quickly. So yeah, we will be feeding this little guy, this little fellow, and I hope I have enough chicken for him, because if I don't have enough chicken, we are going to have to come back. And yeah, I hope that we don't need to come back at a later date, but fortunately, I don't think this single hen will make him explode now. So we will have to look for more chicken. And being here is very dangerous, like in general. Yeah, over there they are going for the chicken. I hope I can be faster. Let's go. You can have these ones. I don't care about these ones. Yeah, fair. He took a bite out of me because I took his food. Understandable. Oh, he's so close to bursting. We are so close, and yet I just need a free chicken. Some free-range chicken I need. Need only one free-range chicken. They're trying to get up there. There might be chicken up there. Let's go, jackpot. You go away. Alright, I think we will be done here. Let's quickly feed the guy his last meal. And I kind of trouble getting up there. Let's see. Get me up there. Be very careful not to fall down. I don't have the stamina to recover from that. Alright, he's gonna explode. He exploded. There's another key, which is perfect. The key is basically the one thing that is extremely important for this game. So any key that we can get is great. I can't remember where we need to use that key right now. There are resources here. I know that we can use these resources in the lab, and I kind of want to take them with me because they are rare to just lie around. And I think they can only spawn once you have the lab unlocked. So they are like this, like from the boxes. These are kind of the alternatives to having to build the machines that do that for you. Building the machines is kind of annoying because you have to actively set them up in an area and then they have a chance to spawn the stuff that you need. But they also usually don't drop the stuff you need, so unfortunately, very annoying way to play the game. But there is some good stuff sometimes. Like some of the machines that you can build, like if you go into the building mode, you have like utilities, warp tech and stuff. So you can build really cool stuff. Especially the teleporters are something to look out for. But you also have to... Like, it's gonna be way too late in the game for the teleporter to actually be kind of useful. So, unfortunately, not the kind of thing I deem useful in the game. It's nice to have if you're planning on playing for a longer run. Like, if it's not about doing everything the game has to offer, but to farm the slimes, then for sure this is probably one of the coolest things you can have. But whoops, wrong. You are not quite resources. Yeah, for example, if I need like a drill, like these are the extractors which give you the things you need. And then there is stuff like utilities, where there's a quantum plort or a honey plort and stuff, but you also need wild honey, jelly stones, and hexacombs. And the wild honey especially, you will only get that from the jungle. You need to set up a apiary, and usually the novice apiary is just kind of a waste, it feels like. So the drone, real nice add-on, but it's not gonna like really be helpful. Oh yeah, then there's the teleporter where you need diamonds. I don't actually know where to get the diamonds. Teleporter, like it's all kind of curious, to be honest. So yeah, the lab, fun little thing, not for everyone. Especially if you're like me and don't want to run. Like you have to remember where you put all the stuff. So that's also really annoying to remember where you put everything. So and really recommend. But if you are interested in all that stuff like becoming like assistant stuff because you want to play for a long time, if you are like just there for the slime ranching, which is absolutely valid. Like there's absolutely no reason to not play the game for just making this little guy's corals look nice and stuff. So for that kind of deal, it's like really good. Other than that, it's like not that great. Especially the bees, the bee drones are really nice to have to automate a little bit of the on the farms, on the slime ranch. So if you need optimization, I highly recommend just getting the apiaries down in the jungle as soon as you can and try to get that wild honey. Because if I remember correctly, you don't even get the biome-specific variant of that resource every time. I think that's also a special drop. So wildly wild. Everything is wild. Oh yeah, these guys are probably very angry by now. Oh no, they actually should have enough food. Yeah, so once you have enough money for like everything, you can technically just always use whatever plot you get and throw it into the laboratory and see what you can make with it. That's a very valid strategy to kind of start using things. Yeah, there's also like hidden areas or kind of hidden areas that you can just go to. But this is, I think, the thing that we just saw as a back teleporter, so won't be very helpful to buy like that. Do we get a good price for this? Actually, I will keep the phosphor floor and we'll go for, or I will put some of the phosphor floor in the laboratory. Actually, I will put everything in the laboratory because there's not really. I think these guys are angry. We'll just put every phosphor plot in the laboratory because I don't think there's a lot of stuff we still need money for. And technically the extractors, like at least the apiary would have like that as necessary. I also want the... I need one quantum plot, I think, for what I want to do with the slimes that you just saw. Because you can make very cool like combinations, we will buy this one. Because we can. There is for this area. This is a great area for doing what I want to do with the quantum plot and the other slime. Let's read this info right here. A view of the sea really reminds you of our greater purpose, Beatrice. The sea was the first great unknown, and then space, and then whatever is beyond all that. That need to see what's around the next corner is in my bones, and since you're out here, I reckon it's in yours too. Though I suppose you could also be out here because you like the fresh air. Or you prefer the untamed beauty of this land. Or maybe it's because you're looking to leave something far behind you. Sure is the way to do it. Doesn't get much further than this. Yeah. Little nice, quiet place. The slime moon is kind of looking a little funny today. Like if you don't know, this moon is kind of shaped like a slime. Like this is a mouth, and this is one eye. This is the other eye, and yeah, it's kind of usually you look at it like this, but we are in a position where that is not that easy. So yeah, fun little detail I really like. And this is a little fountain where we can actually put slimes in that don't escape this fountain, which are the water slimes, like genuine just water slimes. We kind of had them in the jungle. Oh, we got a new male. I see. This is an area where... thought the chicken was escaping. This is kind of a little bit of a more bonusy area. We can get over there, and once the tabby slime is gone, there's a teleporter. I used to come to this beach to think. I'd sit and stare at those distant rings and ruminate on who created them and for what purpose. But most of all, I'd sit here and think of her. Yeah, so a little bit of more world building. Like these ring structures are obviously not natural, and yeah, our predecessor, I always forget his name, I think it was Henry. Our predecessor here kind of reminisce of everything. Like these places are obviously very calm and encouraged to just think a little bit. And he kind of thought about the lady that stole his heart. So kind of a little bit of a romantic guy, I see. We have a lock and we have a key, so only sensible solution is to open that lock. And we get a few more meaty chickens that we can use to convince our little tabby Gordo to explode. I think that should be fine for now. There are like angry mixed slimes down there, which we try to avoid. We can grab a few more chimkins over here. Gotta grab them all. This is the area shortly before the jungle. This is the entrance to the jungle, the teleporter. So we can quickly go back here, and I think we came from up there. So we can just take that one with us. We'll ignore the big bat over there. And take that one with us. I think this should definitely be enough to get rid of the tabby that is blocking the teleporter. So we will be going through that quote-unquote side quest of getting rid of the tabby and seeing where the teleporter takes us. I am running out of stamina again, but that should be fine. Okay. Let him explode. Apparently that was not enough. And one of the chickens just straight up went into the water. Unfortunate. But we still have our chicken garden. So let's go back to the chicken garden to grab some chicken. Oh, that rooster is... that rooster has been walking around for too long. Yeah, I think we don't have any free roosters right now. So I just have to kind of hope that they will produce another one. They are very rare. But it can happen that they just spawn another rooster. So I will just take the gamble and hope there will be one more. Otherwise, I will just try to find one on my way. Yeah, but I think, especially because all the chickens are spawning here, I think they are having a very good time. Let's see. Yeah, I could also... I think this is a long way. I'm kind of taking the long way now. I think we could have done that differently. But now I'm already here. And... hell yeah! I need you to eat all my chimkins. That was basically the best outcome that we could have. That money cat, with us having a load of chimkin in our inventory, was a blessing. Like, that's a rare case to happen. Alright, explode. Boom. Yeah, lots of tabbies and a teleporter that gets us to an island somewhere. Let's... oh no, I can't take that with me, okay. And it exploded. Because I spawned in it, okay. Anyways, kind of fun interactions here. Let's get rid of those. This is kind of a bonus island. Like it's down here. And yeah, we basically just discovered that. And if you... I think it's like here, yes. Like this. Over there, this is the place that our friend was reminiscing about. And this is the island that he basically looked at. So we made it. We made it to the island. Here is the puddle slime, is the slime I was talking about earlier with the little place where they can kind of show up and be happy at our farm. The plot is not really for selling, I think. So it makes most sense to use it for the, how do you call it, the laboratory. But I can't quite remember if it's actually necessary for the laboratory, so you decide if that is a good idea or not. Like, I don't remember ever using the puddle slime for anything really important. We have more Gordos, which will give us more things. I seem to remember seeing a fruit tree like down here. Like, you are Q-berries, that's fine. But I would like the pogo fruits, because there were plenty of them. This is also pogo fruit, but not the thing I... This is the guy I meant. The tree I meant. Because there are plenty. And they should be... Like, the pink slimes don't have any preferences. So... yeah, just grab anything, basically. Numbers are... like, high numbers are, in this case, better than any quality food. Like the chicken, I just gave them because I had them. But they don't add anything. Like, these carrots are as valuable to the slime as the chicken. Which can be frustrating. But that's just how that works. Okay. Yep, I figured as much. I was not having enough stamina, but I wanted to try anyways. Yeah, I also want to kind of carry the puddle slime in case we can take him home with us. Alright. Ego boom. And he has another key, which is very cool. Because we kind of spent a key and now we have that key back. Oh, there is even more over here. Let's see. Okay, not really anything. Not really anything at all, to be honest. Like, this seems to be still space that is meant to be a little bit explored, but there does not seem to be a set goal. Oh, there's a little capsule that we still can't unlock. I'm still unsure how to unlock them, but that's not one of my goals, to be honest. And yeah, this is probably the highest you are meant to go on this little island. Yeah, there's like an invisible barrier here. So that's the highest you are meant to go. We will be going back now. Oh, there's a little gift package, but nothing of value inside. Well, we got a key back, which is great. And there's another puddle slime, which we will be taking promptly. Like, the puddle slimes are... either you view it as the easiest to take care of, because they don't need any food. You can also think of them as the hardest to take care of, because you need to pick up the plot manually. And they don't give you the plot when they are fed, but they do spawn the plot just whenever. So yeah, really your view decides if it's hard or not. We did get another rooster, which is great. which is exactly what I wanted to go for. And this, nope. This is a bonus rooster we will be grabbing for later. So with this, we just put the puddle slimes in here. They will feel right at home, especially with the rubber ducky. And yeah, they will produce, like, they will just in general produce puddle plot. Which again, I have no idea what it's used for exactly. But they do it. They produce it. It does give revenue technically. I can't recommend using it for revenue, but sure, if you need it. So we will just, yeah. Do you eat those? You don't eat those. We don't need those if they don't eat those. We've been doing a little bit. I still have not found the map, which is fine. I don't need the map. I will accept that I do not need the map. Like specifically now, I've mostly done the Gordos in that area. I don't think I will actually need that map. Not really any necessity anymore. But I do want to go back to the ruins, because obviously we still kind of want to quote-unquote finish the game, even though there's not really any defined finish. But I do want to kind of know what it's like, if there is anything, or let's say it this way, because the desert, we can kind of completely revitalize the desert, which is one of my goals. I kind of want to try to revitalize the whole desert. I have no idea if we can find all the Gordos. Like, once we feed a Gordo, it will appear on the map. But if we kind of found one, but never fed him, we don't know if that Gordo exists, like, at all. So yeah, we don't have a map for Gordos. I don't have any stamina to run over there, to fly over there. Yeah, we don't have any Gordos on map right now, which for us might as well mean we are done with Gordos, because we can't really tell where the rest are. And I don't think there was like any radar upgrade or something. There's also the argument to be made that since there are so-called Gordo traps in the laboratory, we actually can't ever run out of Gordos. So that might also be an important point to remember, that there are technically infinite Gordos. So if we run into one, I will try to get rid of him. And yeah, the important part is basically, oops, I did not want to make a bug report, because I kind of seem to remember that's why we needed the silver parsnips. I remember now. That's unfortunate that I remember that now and not earlier, or that I remembered it earlier but it kind of slipped out of my mind. So yeah, we'll try to get rid of that last mosaic Gordo, and we will try to revitalize the whole the whole area here. If possible. Because I can't 100% remember if I ever 100% revitalized the desert. And there's stuff like I have yet to understand how I'm going to get the ancient water. Like even this little thing over there, I think is already very hard to get the ancient water to. Let's see. Like if I take this ancient water, we have 30 seconds. How far can I actually get? Okay, so this area we can actually kind of get easy to. I think this was the map. There's still the closed door, which we will look at right now. Let's see what's behind door B. More deathly dangerous. Oh, okay, so I guess this might have been the last door overall. Because I think we are basically done with that. Like this is a home teleporter, there is the last Gordo. I guess we did feed him. And there's not really any more to be done here. So we try to revitalize the rest of the desert in the front. I'll see how far I can get. And yeah, we will kind of try to... I will then go to the ruins, grab a quantum plort, and we will then go back, get a bunch of parsnips, then get rid of the last Gordo we know of, and then I would call it a game. Like that's everything we can do, I think, in this circumstances. That's unfortunate. I kind of forgot where everything, where every single thing was. So I hit nothing. There were like 4 plants or something. I did not hit any of them. Yeah, let's go back to the ruins. Double teleport apparently. And let's get a quantum plort, get back home, do a little bit of stuff, and then try to remove the last known Gordo. Alright, we have the quantum plorties, the quantum one is right down here. Any fruits, because the quantum plorts will be produced with fruit. Hell yeah. Okay. Alright, that's perfect. This one little plort will be enough. for our population to grow for themselves. Because once I used that quantum plot on these guys. Yep. They're already fighting for it. And now this is a quantum guy who can just grab these lemons over here. I can just give him the lemons and he will grab them once he can. This will let them like spawn indefinite amounts of quantum slimes. And I think I have to kind of get rid of this to remove the scarecrow. So we will try that again with upgrading. And not put the slime crow in there, the scare slime. And I think they will now be able to just grab themselves the food. Excuse me. Yeah, so this should be fine. Like they will I think eat themselves, if I remember correctly. And technically you can do this with every sort of slime. Like if you want to... Oh my god, there's so many parsnips. I will put a silo for here in here for now. All the parsnips. Yeah, they will kind of feed themselves. Like they will try to grab the fruits outside if they are not if they are hungry. So we can take all these lemons. We can put them in the feeder. I think I don't have a feeder right now, but we can still like put the feeder up here because I kind of don't want to 100% rely on that. But I am sure that... Get back in there. Yeah. We also don't need to be scared of them wandering outside, because they will feed themselves. And these are basically like... how do you call it? Mirror images of them. And they decide if they want to get out or if they want to stay. And they will want to stay as long as they can grab their food. So we will not force them to like get out and stuff. The quantum plot is quite valuable, but it will also, if we look in here, like we need the quantum plot for the drones, so I will put 12 of them in here just to have them, basically. So if I for some reason get the materials to get a drone, I will absolutely try to get that. Yeah. That is the plan so far. We will kind of give those guys these plants because we can kind of get, if they ever get the okas. I think are the vegetables they love. So if we ever get them, we will just plant them next to them and they will feed themselves. Which is not quite what we would be going for here, although we could. I am currently unsure if we need the hunter slimes. We definitely need the honey slimes. The honey slimes are extremely important. And we can technically just get, like, yeah, we can just technically let them be here. And then slowly, if you wanted to like automize the whole production, like the whole process, I think getting the Tangus slimes is a good start, basically, and then slowly, like these are the areas where they can basically feed themselves, and then slowly, what is happening here? Wild. Yeah. Basically give them the tangles and then slowly let them ease out the tangling with the bee drones. Right, parsnips. Before we go again, because this will basically be the last thing we will be doing. Let's grab the parsnips. Everything is fine. Let's grab those parsnips. I will be taking a full inventory, even though I'm pretty sure that we don't need a full inventory of them. Just to be sure. Better safe than sorry. Or as we say in Germany, lieber haben als brauchen. Which means better to have than to need. Alright. Are you ready for probably the last tour to the ruins and the very, very ancient city? I do kind of have a theory of how, because for some reason I think there is like a time skip every time you use the teleporter in the desert. So you could probably use the teleporter to do a little bit of a time skip on the farm, on the ranch. And like do a lot of stuff. And if you get the diamond for the teleporter, you can basically place the teleporter right next to the desert teleporter. And why are you doing this to me right now? It's immediately gone. Wow, okay. There was a gold slime. For the people without eyes. There was a gold slime that just appeared in front of me and I wanted to feed it. And I missed, so I picked up the parsnips again. And it instantly vanished. It did not give me the chance to kind of look at it again and try again. It just vanished. Instantly. So that was unfortunate. Oh, by the way, I think I forgot to mention that. But I did kind of manage to allow multiple qualities on Twitch with this Windows machine. So I hope you enjoy the new multiple how do you call it? The multi-quality options. I don't know exactly, or I can actually, I think I can look up which I am offering right now. Yeah, we are now at the average 1080 p 60 FPS, the 720p 60 FPS, the 4080p 30 FPS, the 36p 30 FPS, and the 160p 30 FPS, which is 100% rendered by this Windows machine. So this might also be one of the reasons that the VR was kind of not doing great. So there are things that I will kind of look a little bit deeper into. But we can maybe figure something out. Like, I apparently, because... Oh, right, we have not done these ones. Well, they are meat eaters, right? So we'll just grab these. In the hopes that we find some. But yeah, there's apparently a way for myself to give you these options, because usually those options are from Twitch themselves. Like Twitch themselves are kind of giving you the options. And as you can see, I can also kind of render them myself. I can offer my own CPU power to render them down, basically, with a few options on. Apparently, so far only Windows I've seen. And I will see. As I said, I will have to look into a little bit of the options that I am currently offered. We might be able to get that running on the Linux PC as well, once I figured out why the hell the Linux PC is so goddamn laggy. Like, I hope that you have noticed that this is kind of like a really good stream so far when it comes to quality. So yeah, I really hope that this is a very enjoyable experience, other than the usual stuff I had with the Linux PC. And yeah, I really hope that I can get behind the reason why my Linux PC kind of does not work as well, because the Linux PC is almost the same as my gaming machine at this point. Like, I got a really good deal on a graphics card, which is the same graphics card I currently have in my gaming PC. So with that deal, I thought I was gonna have no problems anymore. Yeah, turns out I bought a graphics card, a very strong graphics card, although the price was great. Like, honestly, not a bad... Still not a bad thing that I did that. But I could have just not done that. Like, I could have... Like, the one thing that I am still going to try, hardware-wise, because there is almost nothing that I can do anymore, software-wise, other than try a complete reinstall. And there are, like... I know that my Linux is an Ubuntu version, and I know that the graphical interface I use might be the default, but there are also graphical interfaces that take less resources, which honestly at this point should not make a difference, but maybe it does. And I want to test that out. And other than that, I can only try to change the RAM in my system and see if it's RAM timings that cause this problem. Other than that, we have just to assume that Linux is not made for OBS at all and will never work in the way that it's supposed to. Alright, we are at the last Gordo. And let's feed him. Yeah. Big explosion. We get another key. Apparently there's another door somewhere. Let's open our presents. Nothing really important. We can kind of feed our friends here. Got an advanced drill for that, okay. Yeah, we can pick up the plot. Not really necessary, but I like it. The plot is very shiny. But I don't think it's actually that valuable. And yeah, we have now a return route apparently to this area, which is fine. I don't mind having used a having gotten a key for that. But yeah, that seems to be nothing really important anymore. Like the only thing we can do now is try to find out what the deal is with the Tangleplot statues. I hope that they will just reveal another water source. So let's see. Let's try to find all the little statues with the Tangleplot. Where? Like, this is probably the hardest part, remembering where the hell I saw the statue with the Tangleplot here. Okay. I assume that they are gonna be around here. Up there and stuff. And also hear something glittering. What are you? Gilded Ginger. Very few ranchers will ever read this. Okay. What the hell did we just pick up? I have no idea. Yeah, I know that bug reports are disabled. I don't... There it is. Oh, it's a veggie for the gold slime. Curiously, gilded gingers cannot be replicated in a garden, as its unusual biological properties prohibit it. However, there is perhaps another use for it. On the ranch, said to be the holy grail of veggies, gilded ginger can very rarely be found growing in the glass desert. It's the only known food that gold slimes will eat, and the few that have seen it claim that doing so will greatly reward the lucky rancher. Alright. So, this is a very, very strong vegetable that we have to carry around now. So once we see a gold slime, we will try to feed it with that gilded ginger. And apparently we get something really, really, really strong out of it. I think I found the fountain that we will try to activate. And we need one more statue to activate the fountain in this area. So Let's see if we can solve this mystery. But with this fountain, we will actually be able to do this. Still kind of confused where our last key is meant to go. And I have like no point of reference for this. The last statue? So we will be looking around a little bit for the last statue. If I take too long, I will look up a guide. But before, like, there's a lot of time that will pass before I actually look up a guide. Because I do like finding these things on my own. To have, like, to try to think like the developer. Like, if I was the developer of this game, I obviously don't want to put the statues too close to each other. And I also don't want to put them too far apart. And ideally, they would be sitting in spots where you don't just, like, one of them you should be accidentally stumbling upon, which was the first one. And the others, you are meant to intently look for. Like, you shouldn't be just looking around. You should actually try to look very deeply and kind of try to, like, this is an area where there's like this plant, so accidentally stumbling upon a statue here would be a thing that could happen, and we don't want that, basically, as the developer. Excuse me. Yeah, so we want to try not have it here. It's also kind of like this these arches kind of seclude the area from a different area. Although there is the plant down there, so maybe it's part of the area, maybe it isn't. We can see this statue from here. We can't see this statue from the point. You usually want to kind of try to not be able to see the statues from each position, technically. Like, if I can find the next statue immediately from the point of the other statues, that would make finding the statues a little bit too easy. So what I assume the case to be, we are gonna look from a different point. Kind of. Like, this area is probably where I would go for the next statue. And we need to kind of, because this is like the way up to get to the other statue. Over there, we know, like, that over there is this statue. So, as a developer, I would look to put the last statue in this area. There it is, yeah. Ta-da! Which is kind of risky to put that here, because the other statue is right there. There's also seems to be another statue, because we didn't get the fanfare, which I'm kind of worried now about. Oh no, got another bad time. Let's see if the fountain activated or not. Because in my opinion the fountain should be activated now. We did offer our 3 thingies. Yes, we can actually activate the fountain now. Okay. I think we can hit some of the places from here. Like this one. Very easy. The one over there, where we need a little bit of stamina. But it's right here. Or right here. Over there, I think. Yeah. Listening a little bit to the audio crew helps a lot. Anything else? Like we got this one. Also like that this is kind of a safe zone. And the last one over there. Oops. Yeah. So I think that was every place in the desert that we could actually kind of make into an oasis. So yeah, we are kind of done here. This was making the desert into a not desert. There is, I think, no more stuff to do in the desert. There's no more mystery here. We did everything. And yeah, there's nothing showing up anymore. There is this kind of deal still, which I have no idea how that is supposed to resolve. We might need to wait for a certain time of day, which I don't think we have the information of. At what time of day it would be. Yeah, not like this. Okay, I will be winding down the stream in 30 minutes. We will be doing a raid then. Actually, let me do something here, because last time kind of did a little thing where I added a little text to tell people when we raid, because I would like to do some fun stuff if possible. Alright. Let's add this and make it small. Add it like this and put it on the screen. Yeah, so I think this is a fun little thing. So everyone who wants to raid, like who likes to raid, we can just, yeah, we can just have this little information up there to let people know when we end the stream, basically. And it will give us kind of the opportunity to have a more funny raid. Like having more people is always fun. And I love to just let people in to play along with the raid. So yeah, if anyone tunes in, they know that we will be doing a raid at that time. Let's see. Is there any... Yeah. Are we like supposed to do something? Are we supposed to add something? Because these are all pointing inside. So are we actually supposed to get something in the what's it called? In the laboratory? Because I kind of think we have to do stuff in the laboratory at this point. Because I have no idea like what this is supposed to be, at what time this is supposed to do something. And I don't think the info fields like give any... Like there's nothing telling us what to do here. And it might take a little while to figure it out. So that would be something that I would, if I figure it out for myself, would probably not do on stream. Because that's just not really stream material. Except if I do it like a puzzle game. Like if... like I don't think there's really any... Like I don't know if there's like a certain time of day that we should be trying to be here. Yeah, it's kind of not the... Why do I have the home marker? Oh, because I have a mail. That's why I have the home marker. But yeah, I think there might be something in the laboratory that we kind of have to build to get the thing at the end running. I would suggest I educate myself on that. And we'll see if there's like actually like an end where we step into that beam of light at the end and win the game by doing that. Like that's might be something we can do. Yeah, let's just go. Let's just not deal with these guys. Yeah, we will go to the home teleporter now. I'm still unsure what we forgot. That we still have a key. But it's probably just bonus content at this point. So yeah, we will next time for the next stream we will be laying a different game. And we might go back to Slimerancher at a different point. We did get a suggestion for a game like a week or two ago. We will try out the game that was suggested, and I'll see how we can implement it, because there might be as well as for Slimerancher no fixed end, and I don't know for how long I want to try to like work through the game, like if it has no end, when we figure that out, like what we want to set as our goal and stuff. Like we will see. We will have a little. We will look at that. Like we will make spontaneous decisions at that point. Yeah, but we will now sell these guys. We do have the Gilded Ginger that we can't like at all do anything with other than have it. We might just holy shoot. Yeah, I guess we were away for a little bit of time. I kind of have to do this now. I kind of have to get rid of this on the market. Yeah, like hanging out in the glass desert apparently has like some kind of environmental effect. Like the slimes are doing well apparently. But there is like the... Jesus Christ. Yeah. So there is apparently, if you are trying to wait for something, you best wait in the glass desert apparently, because there seems to be a significant time dilation when you're in the desert. This might help with the problem I have that comes with the resource collecting. But still, I'm kind of like, I don't know. Like these guys are having fun apparently. Like they are doing well. We do have a lot of parsnips here. Yeah. Holy shoot. Okay. So yeah, Novice Drill, Novice Pump, Apiary, blah. Honey Plot. Hunter Plot. Right. One of the reasons why we did the Honey Hunter combination. Because I seem to remember that this is a good combination. We need strange diamonds. I have no idea how to get strange diamonds. And yeah, you know what? Let's purchase like every blueprint. We do have the money right now. We don't need to worry about anything, honestly. There's a med station that you apparently can put. There's no boss like that. Why? Anyways. I see. Yes, these are kind of extras that you can get if you want, but not really any necessity. Yeah, we can technically go into like this kind of deal. Get an apiary, we can get a pump and a drill in advanced forms. But at this point, kind of, yeah, not really any necessities, because I think we are so far done with the game. Everything I can show you is actually interesting. We might have a little bit more to do in the Glass Desert once I figured out what the heck the game wants from me with that last part of the game. Yeah, we are at a point where these guys are well fed. And yeah, this is at this point in the game, there's not really anything to do anymore, other than kind of try to automate things. So let's read that last mail we got. Re-London from Casey. I know it was the right thing to do. I appreciate you letting me know, but it never felt the same as having you close by. London was an opportunity I couldn't pass up, an opportunity to tour and do what I love. But I still missed you like crazy. When you told me about going to the far, far range, it made me miss you even more. Even before you were gone. I guess that's just us. What we really want just so happens to be in different parts of the known universe. I mean, there's long distance, and then there's being so far away that time itself might actually function differently. Why aren't there more songs about that, huh? Casey. Yeah, so Beatrix and Casey are a love story on time and space. But yeah, this is basically the game. We did about anything that we can do. There are only very few things that are very grindy that I kind of don't really want to do. We can manage DLCs apparently. Yeah, and there's also the reward club that I kind of forgot, where we can do some purchases, which allow us to customize the home right here, which I think we can do from here or not. Can't quite remember how that worked. Can get a porch upgrade apparently. Like there's like some upgrades going on. No idea about the details though. Yeah, let's do a, because we do still have like 50 minutes before I actually want to wind down. We take care one last time of everything. I kind of don't want to do a Slimepocalypse in my backyard here, because there might be a reason to get back for some stream. Because if there's actually like a real functional end to the game, then I obviously want to show this on stream, and if we like need our little slimes here for that, I 100% want to do that. Like that's the whole shtick of what I want to do. So yeah, we will kind of prepare a little bit for the laboratory. Like with the advanced apiary, getting the honey plot in would be nice. Like doing this. There is a lot we can do to prepare for that. Just having like for the novice apiary. Here basically novice apiary. The advanced apiary gives us 3 cycles of resources and only costs twice as much. So we just need to get the pink plot, for example, and then we put that thing in the jungle. That's one of the things we can do. Yeah, advanced drills. I think we need the drills for, what do we need? Jellystone, I suppose. We don't really need the Gordo snare. We kind of need those diamonds for the teleporters, and I have 0 idea how to get the diamonds. They might be... We might be able to get them with the drill. Like a very rare occurrence. It's what I would be... That's how I would be doing this kind of thing. This kind of deal. Yeah, but let's grab some endgame money and buy a little bit more from the ZZZ club, or how it's called, the 7Z club. Yeah, these guys are very self-sufficient. Like, we don't have anything in the feeder anymore, and they will just grab themselves some lemons whenever they are hungry. Maybe we can catch one of them, do it right as we sit here, and I'll take a little sip of my drink. And let me check some messages real quick. I see. Okay. Yeah, the slimes seem to not be interested in showing their little tricks. But yeah, as you can see, they are very happy, and they will be happy because they can just grab whatever sort of food they want. If we put like those guys, by the way, they are radioactive. And once we have the radioactive meter full, we kind of start dying. So yeah, let's not do that. But if we find the Okras at some point, we can just let them eat the Okras from their respective corals. Like, we don't have to, with this kind of setup, if the corals are close enough, they can just feed themselves, which is great. Like, technically, we could, instead of having them be here, which is probably one of the things I will do, is move these guys, because they are easy to eat. I'll move them in a different kind of coral setup, because every, like, slime in this setup kind of will be able to just grab the food. Like, I don't want... Do I need tabby slimes? I think I do need tabby slimes at some point still. So tabby slimes I can't. I need them to be in combination with some veggie eating slime. So yeah, there are some setups that one can run through in this kind of thing. But yeah, we will at some point in the future maybe come back to this game. But for now, I will just grab whatever I can get here. And we got another mail from Chroma Packs. Yes. This basically just explains that we can now color our house. This is nothing really canon related, but we can go over here and kind of paint everything in a different color, which is nice to look at, not really necessary. Yeah, let's just set the house to milkshake, a little bit of pink. So yeah, this is basically if you don't know what to do with your money at some point, and just sink it into this kind of cosmetics. But with that, I'd say we save and quit for now. Next time we play normal games, we will be playing... Let me look it up real quick. And also let me kind of get the raid message. Like, not the raid message, but the little info. Raid info. Oh, I see, okay. Yeah, this little info. And put it there. Okay. So I think this is a real good setup like this. And yeah, I will be keeping the category. I'm kind of tired, as you can maybe hear. I will try, because this is in general working. Excuse me. I will make sure that my Linux setup will work in the future again, so we can go back to VR gaming. Unfortunately, for the time being, we will not have any VR streams for now. I will make sure that we can get back to VR streaming as soon as possible, which might include me buying more RAM or like better RAM for my system. It might also mean that I might buy another motherboard with more functionalities, because I at this point don't know where the bottleneck is. The first thing I will do is completely uninstall OBS, like every source of OBS, which includes the plugins that I painstakingly installed with like very, very hard sweat, and yeah, I'm already kind of dreading reinstalling them because it was very, very not cool. So yeah, I will go for that. I will try to completely from scratch reinstall OBS, try to get it to work, because I really like the two PC setups and it's really kind of necessary at this point for my VR. So yeah, unfortunately, we will have to kind of postpone the whole, how was it called? The like the VR streaming. Like my VR Saturdays will be moving to normal game Saturdays for now. Maybe we make a quote-unquote tech Saturday at this point. Or maybe I will keep that slot open for more family activities or something. Like we'll see. But yeah, I will try like everything except the VR seems to be working here. Like what we also can try, because there is the HDMI gaming stuff. What we can try to do right now. Okay. Okay. Does this immediately work? It seems to be immediately working. Uh, problems with the network. Okay. But let's see these. Oh yeah, that's not good. Should not stream that. Mm, yeah. Okay. So because an update. Close software, yes, close it. Mm, there is. We go over here. Update complete. System is about to restart. Oh, okay. It's a full system restart. I see. So let me quickly, because they will probably try to dox me again. Okay, they don't try to dox me again. Um, basically, uh, yeah, we have access to the Switch 2 games. So maybe we can like play Switch 2 games. There is also the GameCube, like very, very cool GameCube stuff. And they are gonna add a lot to this. I Okay, the HDMI in seems to be working, at least in the. Oh, I think. Let me quickly. Oh no, not like this. It's more like, where's it? HDMI and both. Yes, so now I should be able to. Yes, I can hear it. Okay, perfect. Works fine. Especially Zelda Wind Waker. I really want to make a not a let's play, but I want to play Zelda Wind Waker on stream. That will be sometime after the Ratchet and Clank series. So yeah, if you're interested in Zelda, I 100% want to play that. Super Mario Strikers? Is this the same game? I seem to not quite remember if this is the same game. But the game choices here are very good. Like the games that they chose to release first are very good. We also have Donkey Kong Bonanza, um, which is also a very good game, but I will play that before I will stream it. I never played any Zelda games. Then I recommend starting with, depending on what you like more, but if you like starting with the 2D, because the 2Ds are generally easier when it comes to puzzles, like the room puzzles and stuff. I can recommend, if you're not that much of a puzzle person, I recommend the 2D Zeldas first. And if you really like a challenge in puzzles, then you can play them all on Switch. Not all of them, but there are a lot of the Zelda games that you can play on Switch. If you are not really a puzzle person, the Zelda games are probably not for you, other than maybe Breath of the Wilds, which has only quote unquote puzzles in the shrines, which I think are optional. So, yeah, recommendation if you are very If you are already a very puzzly oriented person, start with the 3D Zeldas. And my personal favorite pick for, like, if you are a beginner, I would probably recommend as a 3D Zelda. They're all very hard. Like, the 3D Zelda that I would recommend, I think, is probably Skyward Sword, because it's very watered down when it comes to riddles. Puzzle sounds good. I need a challenge for my brain. Then I can recommend, like, challenging your brain. I can recommend, like, Ocarina of Time. If you are a person that also likes to be stressed out a lot, I can recommend Majora's Mask. If you like mature themes and quite obscure riddle solutions mixed with classic riddles, I'd recommend Twilight Princess. And if you like a game where you want to explore a lot and still have very elaborate riddles, I can recommend Wind Waker. That's for the puzzles. When it comes to puzzles, there's also the approach of trying to play through the timelines. All of them sound interesting. Yeah, they are very, very elaborate. They 3D Zeldas are in general very designed. They are heavily designed, except Wind Waker and Tears of the Kingdom. Like, Tears of the Kingdom and Wind Waker were very experimental, and the other 3D Zeldas are heavily designed, if that makes sense. So yeah, if you there's also the approach of trying to go for the timeline, because there is an quote unquote official timeline for everything, and you can just go through the timeline from start, which would be Skyward Sword, and after that, at some point, Ocarina of Time is, I think, the point where the time splits. You have a three-way time split, and in my opinion, the way they should have solved some of the timeline stuff would have been if they fused the timelines together at some point again, where everything kind of, because there's already time shenanigans, so if they just got to a point where events happen that lead to the world becoming all the same again, where everything kind of happened, then that would be a very fun way to get back to a single timeline, basically. For example, you have, like, indicators that the kingdom of Hyrule in Breath of the Wild, like, Breath of the Wild has salt in the mountains, like, that you can just get salt from mountains, which means the whole area was once an ocean, basically. So, or the stones at least were some kind of ocean stones, which is what that means. So you could have said, like, yeah, the Wind Waker timeline, just kind of the ocean went away again for whatever reason, because you two have the influences of the goddesses, which is kind of a plot point in all of these Zeldas, that the goddesses kind of do insane shit, which includes flooding Hyrule. So why would they not be able to just unflood it? I watched video about Zelda with timelines and stuff, I think. Yeah, it's very complicated. And I think it is kind of solvable with the power of the goddesses, because the goddesses can do very weird shit. Like the whole shtick of The Legend of Zelda is if you have the Triforce, you can wish for anything. So the goddesses can do. The goddesses are absolutely in power to kind of combine the timelines. So I am 100% of the opinion that you can write a story where the timelines fuse again and make everything interesting, like very interesting. But that's up for Nintendo to do. Like I don't write for Nintendo, so Nintendo will have to do that for me at some point. Okay, I will prepare a little raid because we have like 2 minutes left. Who do I want to raid right now? We could raid Koro after Koro is now back, and she did start the stream. When did she start? Like half an hour ago. Let's see. I think if Koro lets us, I will raid Koro. That would be a nice little thing, I think. Let's see. Right, I need to do that from here. I hope stream will work this time. Last time I couldn't only write in chat. I saw that, and I can't really tell you why that happened. Because I had zero problems. There was I was not having any problems at all, honestly. So yeah, can't really say why that happened. I've seen other people has same problem. Yeah, especially like you and Tommy and Sora. Like apparently everyone from Poland. I don't know. There was some kind of, I don't know. Can't really tell. Richter too. I see. So maybe I don't know. I can't tell. I have no idea. Unfortunately, I can't tell you what the problem was and how to solve it. Like I would love to, but I can't. Yeah. So let's see. Does Koro allow raids? Yes, Koro allows raids. Then I want to thank everyone for watching. Thanks to Utikare, obviously. Thanks for Charmy for chiming in. Thanks to all my lurkers. Thanks to all my VOD watchers. And I hope I can solve all the stupid problems I have with the Linux PC, like the VR setup. I really hope that the VR setup, I can fix it. Like that would be great. But yeah, until then, stream schedule, I'll release Sunday again. So we will see. We will manage. I can type the raid message at least. Yeah. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for being here, and I hope you have a great weekend. Until then, bye bye.